This is about the coming days, trials, and what to prepare for. Um, Four different words given to four people. This is from Katie Troutman from 2 days ago. If they had only listened and obeyed. I just wanted to turn this in. This is a word that God gave me early in early morning prayer over a year ago, January 20th, 2018. I was going through my phone and somehow this popped up just a few minutes ago from where I shared it with a friend, and I felt the Lord tell me to share it publicly. When I got done writing what I heard him say that morning, I asked him to please confirm his word to me. Out of everything in my Bible I could have turned to, I turned to the pages in my notes in the back that I had never seen before. When I opened my eyes, my finger was on this. The Lord's name is the Great I Am, and he calls himself the Great I Am blank times in the Bible. I can't remember the number. The first part was to me personally and him just talking to me like a year ago, but I felt him leading me to share. January 20th, 2018, from Daddy. Your dreams will come true. My people have not discerned the time correctly. I will do amazing things through you. I see your heart. I see how it beats for me. I am with you and your children. You do not have to fear. Just enjoy your life and draw close to me, more closely than ever before. Hard times will come. In fact, it's upon you, but my love will shine forth in the lives of my people. Do not fear what you will see with your eyes, only draw closer to me. I will keep you and sustain you through it all. Do not fear, my child. I love you. I will take care of you. Every need will be met. If only all my children would have heard me and my warnings to them. If they had only listened and obeyed, they would not suffer what they will have to endure. My examples that I chose for my people were purposefully left for this time on earth. It is a deceitful time. Noah heard my instructions and built an ark for safety. An ark is a place of refuge, the most famous ark being Noah's Ark from the Bible story about a worldwide flood that destroyed everyone and everything on the earth except the people and animals on Noah's enormous boat, the ark. I told what was coming to my servant, and he prepared an ark to ride on top of the waters. My children will soar high above the trouble coming, but only those who hear and obey my instructions. Noah stored food for his family to eat. Noah also made preparations for the animals to survive what was coming to his generation. I have told you, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be as the return of my Son. People will be given in marriage in order for my creation to marry. There has not been a total societal breakdown as many believe will take place. Think what I have shown you. Not every word spoken is from me, from my mouth. Not every decree or utterance made comes from the great I Am. Only to those who I have prepared through the refiner's fire will speak for me. Choose wisely how your time is spent each day. Choose who you will serve. Yield yourself wholeheartedly to me. I am that I am, says your God. I am your creator. I created the earth and the waters that cover. I am the great and mighty God who will shake my fist in the face of every evil way, every perverse path I alone will destroy. I am that I am, your great and mighty King. I am that I am, the ruler of everything. My ways are not your ways, and my thoughts are not yours. I am justice. I am good. I am God above all created things. I am peace for whatever your soul needs. I am your Father, and I will comfort you. I am your Redeemer, and I am your soon and coming King. The clouds will part and make way for me. Look to the sky, your redemption is near. I say, to the sky, your redemption is coming. You were made for me, and I exist for you. We are meant to be one. I love you, my children. You are mine, and no one can remove you from my care. No one can stop what I have started. I am the author and finisher of your faith. I am worthy of your trust, for I am faithful above all the concerns of your life. I have the hairs upon your head counted. I am God who loves you in a way no man can understand. My ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. My light pierces through and divides the darkness. I am the light of the world. Deep are the ways of your God. Search me out. Know who I am. Seek me while I am found. Draw close to me, and I will envelop you with security and power from above. Hide in me, and you will see clearly. Trust in me, and you will have deep peace, peace deep within your being. I am that I am. I am your great creator, and I love you, my children. My Son died for you that you would have good life in abundance. I am good to my children. I am a good father. I have never left you or forsaken you, and I never will. Taste and see that I am good. Oh, come to me, I plead with you. Please come to me, my children, before it's too late. I am speaking to you, I am pleading. You hear me in this moment in time. Please do not let the enemy steal my word from you. Retain what I am speaking to you and hold my words closely in your heart. Come back to me, repent, turn from all sin. My people, come to me in this moment. Surrender all of your life to me, and I will heal you. Me. Father's heart is pleading in a way my words cannot convey. He is grieved over children and his children, and yet rejoices in his love for each and every one of us. Please come to him before it's too late. He wants all of us, all of our minds, all of our hearts, every bit of us was created for fellowship and service to him. Love him today. He's so worthy of our love and adoration. Come to him and be totally healed. Katie Troutman. This is by Byron Searle, Great Ball of Fire, April 24th. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. The following word and vision from the Lord were given to me tonight during my time in prayer. The Lord spoke to me, my son, I will show you what is to come very soon. As soon as he spoke those words to me, I was instantly above the earth, far enough out in space to be able to have a view of the entire earth. It was so awesome, such a sight to behold, to be able to look upon this beautiful planet of ours that seemed to just hang on nothing, suspended there in the blackness of space. I next turned and saw the sun, and even though I looked right at it, it did not hurt my eyes. The Lord was with me, behind me, and slightly to my right. Then he spoke to me and said that he wanted to show me a great fireball that will strike the earth very soon. He said that no one will see it coming, not the scientists or astronomers. I asked him how will they not see it, as they have satellites and telescopes in space that are looking for anything that will collide with the earth. I heard him say, look and see. I'm going to pause there for a second. I'm going to put a video link to a video I did where the Lord told me, gave me insight into the asteroid that's coming, and basically the president was on the it was a video conference, well, a public announcement by the president saying that um, apologizing for and saying that they didn't see it coming, and it was referring to an asteroid. So I'll leave a link to that. And just because it was Obama in the vision, that he was the president at the time when I received the vision, doesn't mean that he's actually the president that's in office when it hits. The Lord just uses what we know to give us insight, and just like I had a vision of me and my one out of five sons being in my Yukon and rear-ending somebody. That actually came to pass, but it wasn't with the Yukon. It was like 3 years after I had the vision, and it was in my Jeep. So just because, but that was the car that I drove at the time, so that's what I knew. Okay, just it was foreknowledge that I was going to get into an accident when I was driving with him, but not necessarily in that van or that Suburban. Just like the asteroid when it comes, it isn't necessarily when Obama's in office, but the president was giving an emergency statement. Okay. As I was looking at the Earth and watching it slowly rotate, I could make out the Atlantic Ocean. I saw the Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal, and the African coast. As the Earth rotated, I could see the east coast of North America, Mexico, Central, and South America. The next thing I saw startled me. The Lord brought my attention to a point in space that was not too far out of the Earth's atmosphere. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, there appeared a rip or tear in the fabric of space that opened up, and a bright light appeared. And then the tear closed back up as quickly as it had opened. And my eyes again focused on the Earth. I saw a giant black brownish rock tumbling and being propelled toward the Earth at high speed. This rock had come out of the tear that had opened in space. 1 minute nothing, just peaceful, quiet, calm, serene earth. The next minute, a giant rock appeared out of nowhere. And then I also had a vision of this same asteroid coming a couple years ago. I'll leave a link to that. As this rock entered the atmosphere, I saw it begin to heat up and start to burn from the friction. I was so aghast by what I was seeing that as I watched this in awe, not knowing if it would hit the earth or burn up, at this time, while this was taking place, I was able to see that it was dark on the east coast, but I did not know what time it actually was. The Lord then spoke to me and said, "This is that which has been foretold from the beginning of time. I've had a day and a time chosen, and my prophets have warned about it." I continued watching as it burned hotter and hotter, and then it struck into the ocean. It took 100 nuclear explosions. It looked 100 nuclear explosions in one. The whole earth shook and trembled violently with the force of the impact. It was so great that the plume of the steam, water, and fire reached far, far into the atmosphere, while on the earth the place where it struck looked like a boiling lake or mass of lava. From where I was, still in outer space above the earth, it appeared to have struck in the ocean somewhere north of Puerto Rico and east of South Carolina. It was very difficult to tell the distance as I had nothing to compare to, but I would estimate it to be somewhere about 500 miles more or less offshore of the east coast. Then suddenly I was back on the earth from where I was standing, which was on the east coast somewhere around the South Carolina area. I could feel the superheated air that was caused by the blast. It was then that I saw a wall of fire about 100 feet high coming towards me. It was boiling and burning and scorching everything in sight. I asked the Lord, "How far will the wall of fire go inland?" And he said, "Many, many miles." He said, "I have warned that I am consuming fire. This is that fire." The fire was moving at such high speed that it seemed almost as though it was being pushed by something as it sped past me very quickly. I then heard a sound so loud I can only say it sounded like hundreds of mighty waterfalls all together. Although I could hear this, I did not see anything at that time as it was dark, except for the only light that came from the burning trees, telephone poles, and other structures. For the entire time since the strike, the earth had been shaking, sometimes very large shakes and other times smaller shakes, but the shaking was continuous and non-stop. I don't know how much time had passed since it struck, but I could begin to see the sky lightening up just ever so slightly, like pre-dawn hours. The waterfall noise was increasingly becoming louder and louder. The Lord told me to look around again toward the sea as I had my back turned to it while I was watching the fire traveling past me inland. I turned back to the sea, and then I saw it. It was an unbelievably high, massive wall of water. From where I stood inland from the shore, this wall of water appeared to be hundreds of, or even thousands of feet tall. The height was difficult to tell as I was on the ground seeing it coming towards me. I just seemed so small and this wave so enormous. At that instant, before it reached me, the Lord took us back up in the air and over a city on the east coast. I don't know which city, just that it was somewhere along the coastline. I watched the wave come in and totally and completely cover the entire city. Since I was up above, I could see the edge, the fire now again, and how far it had gone inland. It looked like it had stopped somewhere around the mountains. The wall of water appeared to hit the entire coast, east coast of America, and everything along the coast was just completely and utterly gone. I looked back toward the ocean where it struck, and all I saw was looked like a glowing ocean of bright yellow orange lava. All of the islands were gone, as they were totally covered with water. Much of the east coast was also gone and under water now. Then the Lord spoke, "My son, this is what will be very soon. I've said to be ready and to have your house in order. Many will stand before me when this judgment strikes. The big rock will come from the throne of God to begin the end of time. This is but one of many that will strike the earth. My children think they will be gone before this happens, but I will shake them awake, and many will wake up. The great harvest will come out of this. Then I will bring my children home before the wrath falls on the earth. I love you, my children, and repent now. Have your house in order, for this rock is hidden until it strikes. Amen, Messiah Jesus." And then I'll leave a couple links to where he showed me a vision where the east and west coast waters came up. And then also, I always forget if I don't stop during the video. Um, I'll leave a link to a few videos that confirm this that I've had in the past. Okay, thank you.